Meghan Markle's marriage to unhappy Harry is under increasing strain as she obsesses on money and he desperately seeks a meaning to his sad and aimless life. The difficult Duchess is reported to be spiralling into crisis, tormented by the failure of her frantic plans that never quite seem to work out, and mortified by her unrivaled ability to lose friends and alienate important people. The Kardashians, Lauren Sanchez, and all-powerful Vogue Supremo Anna Wintour are among the VIPs, infuriated by social mountaineer Meg's preposterous posturing. Bridges with the in crowd have been irreparably burned.
Something is deeply wrong inside the gilded gates of Montecito, and the cracks are no longer invisible. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are two people locked in the same house, chasing completely different dreams, and increasingly tearing each other apart in the process. She wants an empire. He wants his family back. And according to every royal insider, every industry contact, and every VIP who has quietly but permanently closed the door on them both, neither of them is getting what they want. Let's talk about who these people actually are right now, because the fairy tale version died a long time ago. Harry is a 40-year-old man adrift, a prince without a palace, raised in a world where money was never discussed because it never had to be, where wealth was simply inherited, ancient, and silent. He has no framework for the relentless, grinding pursuit of income. He reportedly earns around $50,000 per speaking engagement. For a former senior royal, that number is almost embarrassing. And deep down, he knows it. Meghan, on the other hand, grew up knowing she'd have to build her own future. She is commercially aggressive, brand-obsessed, and laser-focused on revenue. She reportedly pulled in around $250,000 for a 25-minute appearance in Australia. She monetizes everything she touches. The problem? It's still not enough. Insiders estimate the Sussexes need $5 to $6 million annually just to cover their basic costs. They are falling devastatingly short. Stay with this, because what happened in Australia wasn't just bad optics, it was a turning point. And we have the receipts. The so-called Royal Tour of Australia was supposed to be their blueprint, their proof of concept, a template for how they'd generate income by cosplaying royalty without the actual institution behind them. Instead, it became one of the most damaging public spectacles of their post-royal careers. Meghan visited sick children in hospital, and the outfit she wore was simultaneously posted and sold on a fashion platform from which she personally profits. She met survivors of the Bondi Beach attack, and the designer ensemble she wore was commercially promoted within hours. She attended a memorial for terrorism victims, and the clothing was monetized before the day was over. Harry's face in every photograph told the entire story.
But yeah, you're right. That Daily Mail spread was very, very interesting because it does show how much of a toxic brand Meghan has become and the fact that no one wants to associate with her. I mean, she was obviously missing from the Met Gala this week, which is the sort of invite that you want to get if you're trying to run in the circles that she's trying to run in.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the money thing is going to be the thing that's going to loom over Harry and her's relationship, and they're just not going to be able to get out of it if none of the ventures are succeeding. Netflix, as you said, has cancelled them. They've been complete culture vultures to the rest of everyone else in Hollywood. And it's only downhill from here, and it's looking very bleak. And unfortunately, their relationship's going to suffer.
And while her empire crumbles, she is still fighting a war that only she is fighting. Every time Kate, Princess of Wales, makes headlines, Meghan responds. When Kate made her triumphant return at Trooping the Colour after her cancer treatment, Meghan launched a line of dog biscuits the same day. When Kate recently announced her first foreign engagement since her illness, Meghan immediately posted photos of Harry and Archie celebrating their son's 7th birthday. A child's birthday, used as a weapon.
Royal family absolutely never talk about money, and you could tell in Australia that he was mortified by the monetizing of what they were doing, right?
Totally. I mean, you can see that they're informing to People magazine that this 1 foot in, 1 foot out royal tour, or their sources are saying to People that they're going to do way more of these because Australia was such a success. Well, it wasn't a success in the slightest, and it actually shows how cataclysmic this 1 foot in, 1 foot out gig economy royal thing that they want to do could really be, where you've got Meghan showing up at former sites of terror trying to shift her outfit. No, but this is
horrible, wasn't it? Sick kids. Buy my sick kid dress.
The scowl, the awkwardness, the profound, undeniable discomfort of a man raised in palaces watching his wife effectively whisper, "Buy my dress," at grief-stricken strangers. But here's what makes this worse. The royals were watching. King Charles looked at what happened in Australia, and according to multiple sources, the decision was made. He will not be attending the Invictus Games. The one thing Harry has been desperately, obsessively lobbying for, his father's presence at his passion project, has been quietly, devastatingly denied. That rejection may be the most painful consequence of the Australia disaster.
They deem the Australia tour an incredibly successful venture, the new template for their future. No apologies regarding Meghan's app, where she is seen or was seen next to ill children and Bondi Beach victims while shilling her clothing. Africa is the tour stop I heard that they're trying to plan next. So Meghan in a $6,000 outfit while malnourished children are crawling all over her is the visual I guess you can anticipate for the next app update.
They desperately hope that they've come up with a blueprint to make money through these pretend royal tours. I don't think they're making anywhere enough. No. This couple needs something like $5 or $6 million just to break even every year, just to pay their basic bills. They're not making that kind of money. They're making at best hundreds of thousands. So they are falling a long, long way short. But apparently Africa is the next stop on their pretend royal odyssey.
Now brace yourself, because the social collapse happening around Meghan is staggering. Netflix? Done. The streaming giant that handed them a reported $100 million deal has walked away. The Kardashians, reportedly furious. Lauren Sanchez, fiancée of Jeff Bezos and co-host of this year's Met Gala, allegedly wants nothing to do with Meghan. And then there's Anna Wintour, the icy, sunglassed supreme of global fashion, the woman who controls the Met Gala guest list like a queen controls a court. She reportedly despises Meghan Markle. The result? Meghan was not at the Met Gala. Meghan was not at an event that is the singular invitation in American celebrity culture. The one room where you prove you've arrived. She wasn't in it. And the people who made that happen, Wintour, Sanchez, were the stars of the show.
I do believe that there's a pattern when it comes to people not wanting to work with them. We saw all of these people falling over themselves to have their picture taken with King Charles and Queen Camilla, Sarah Jessica Parker in New York, Anna Wintour in New York as well. Those types of individuals are trying to avoid work with Harry and Meghan, don't want their picture taken with Harry and Meghan. And Harry and Meghan aren't typically invited to the types of events that those A-list celebrities are at. So it's an example of Harry and Meghan not succeeding in the way that they truly wish they were in Hollywood.
The Daily Mail ran a devastating spread laying out every burned bridge, every alienated power player, every friendship that quietly dissolved. The word used by insiders, spiraling. Meghan Markle is spiraling.
This money thing, I think, is dividing them. You know, I know what people like Harry are like. I mean, most Brits find the subject of money very uncomfortable, and they find it very vulgar to talk about it in public. If you then take it to the next level, you're a member of the royal family. I mean, they never, ever talk about money. They've got zillions accrued historically through the ages. They don't have to work. They don't have to earn money. They just have it. They never talk about it. It must be excruciating for Harry to have to sit around with this woman who's obsessed with cash.
He can't go back to what he was. She can't stop reaching for what she wants. And the space between those two realities grows wider every single day. What files haven't been opened? What deals haven't been disclosed? And if everything falls apart inside those Montecito gates, who exactly is accountable for the wreckage left behind? When royalty meets reality, and reality wins, does power protect you? Or does it just make the fall louder? Drop your answer below. And if you want every scandal, every expose, and every industry secret before anyone else does, subscribe to Viral Spills right now. We're just getting started.
Seconds later, almost seconds later, Meghan posts a picture of Archie and Harry celebrating Archie's 7th birthday. As I just said in the monologue, it was like weaponising her kid's 7th birthday to attack Kate every single time. As I also said, who can forget when she hit back at Kate's first outing since catching cancer when she went to the Trooping the Colour ceremony by announcing she was launching a range of dog business. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and it's also unforgivable. I mean, look, Meghan isn't chewing gum on Kate's Fairfax and Favour boots, to be honest. I mean, Kate couldn't give a toss about what Meghan thinks, and I think that's been clear for a long time. But Meghan cares massively about what Kate's doing. I mean, just look at how they've totally emulated the brand that Catherine and William actually built for their own part of the royal family. And look how they've just ripped it off and made a sort of pound store version of it to sell off to Netflix.
They've boosted Kate and William. Actually, you know, it's sort of reversed on them, hasn't it? What they've done. It makes them look classier
Not
again.
to mention how they trashed Catherine while not even realising what she was going through, or maybe knowing about it. I don't know.
It's all own goals.
She's got this tit-for-tat publicity war going on that only
it's one-sided.
Only she's participating in.
Kate, by all accounts, doesn't even notice. She doesn't need to. She is beloved, secure, and one day will be queen. And when she is, insiders predict she will quietly encourage William to strip Harry and Meghan of the royal titles they so aggressively commercialize. Meanwhile, Harry is reportedly fixated on one thing: finding a way back to Britain.
There were some of Prince Harry's old friends in DC at the garden party. I talked to several people that have socialized with Harry over the years, and they said they felt like Harry was trying to create the path back for him in the UK. And no one said they felt like Meghan Markle wanted to join him.
Friends who encountered him at a recent DC garden party noted he seemed to be testing the waters, laying groundwork for a possible return. And notably, not a single person present believed Meghan would be joining him. The relationship is not over, but it is changing. The romance is fading. The financial pressure is suffocating. The cultural divide between old money silence and new money hunger is becoming a canyon neither of them can cross.